Hi, welcome back. It's Monday. A lot's happened since Friday. Friday, it was so exciting to see Zoran Mamdani in the White House speaking to Donald Trump. Donald Trump almost looked like a human again. It's then Marjorie Taylor Greene has resigned from her position as Congresswoman of Georgia, and her last day will be January 5th. 2026. Also, over the weekend, there was thousands and thousands and thousands of people up in Washington, D.C., gathered for a huge movement in front of the Lincoln Memorial. And the basis of it was Impeach, Convict, Remove. I have some really great information on that also, if that excites you. And of course, peacefully. Also, there's a We Ain't Buying It movement going on for Thanksgiving, for Black Friday in the shopping area time frame. And it's going to start on Thanksgiving and go on through and Monday. No shopping on Amazon, Target, or Home Depot for those reasons we mostly know of. If you don't, I'll tell you a few. Also, Border Patrol and ICE are in North Carolina now. Well, ICE has been here for a while. Greg Bavino and his loser Border Patrol people have been loading up the Charlotte streets. And even though I went down to protest this week or last in Raleigh, because they were supposed to be in Raleigh, and I also attended some meetings, they really haven't had a presence in Raleigh for some reason. I don't know why, but they do have presence, tons and tons, if you look at the demographics on one of these tools, in Charlotte daily, day in and day out. And then around Raleigh is some key areas that I would have never thought they would be in. They're in Cary, they're set up in Apex, one place in Garner at a Home Depot, that's their thing. In Fuquay Varina, they're set up, but I don't see them, in Chapel Hill area and Durham area, but I don't see them on the outskirts of these areas I'm talking about. Like they don't seem to be at farm properties. They're in the city parts, even though, I live in a farm area. There's lots of immigrants that do. Over here, we're number one in, not turnips, sweet potatoes. There's tons of immigrants that I love here, and they're just in the fields doing their job, which they should be. But why are these other people not being left alone, or that are doing people's lawns and, things like that? Or sleeping. So I don't know what's going on there, but I'd like to find out. Also, since Friday, Donald Trump has threatened many Democratic leaders that are lawmakers with huge military backgrounds, that created a video that I thought was amazing, that just basically said, with total pride and clarity, to make sure you always obey orders through your military command. But it's also just important, I'm paraphrasing, just to also not follow illegal commands. And this put Trump over the edge again, as usual. And all weekend he was saying to hang them, they're treasons. So this, of course, upticked everybody in the House's safety. Now everybody has more safety detail on them, and that we're paying for. So our president is elevating the threats and elevating violence throughout our country, and it's never ending, and I just don't understand why. Also, if you compare this year to a year ago, the polls on the economy and Donald Trump and prices going up and jobs going down Donald Trump is in the sewer, let's just say that, and there's proof whether he likes it or not. And also just came in this afternoon, if you're on the East Coast, Letitia James and also James Comey Both of their cases have been dismissed. Yes, Lindsay Halligan failed like we all thought she was. She's made so many mistakes. She should just go back to insurance attorney and beauty pageanting. Also, I wanted to show a clip of a Texas representative that made me sick when I heard what he said about Ghislaine Maxwell, and also the G20 meeting, the worldly, very important meeting that all the world leaders go to, was taking place in Africa this year, and next year it's to be held in the United States. Well, Donald Trump boycotted it, so they're calling it the G19 now, and then at the last minute he decided to send, just whoever people over there to attend the ceremony at the end, and they did not allow that. And I'll give you two specific reasons. Sure, there's plenty more, but these are two of the legal reasons why they could not attend at the last minute. So stay tuned. We're going to get into it. So the thousands of people that gathered at the Lincoln Memorial this past weekend, it was incredible to see. You might have seen the footage I posted. It just made my heart bleed to know so many thousands of people would go up to DC and spend their time there, and that they feel just like me. So I wanted to share that with you because no median, I didn't see it anywhere on TV, on regular news. I saw a tiny bit of it online. Where I get my streaming news is from a place called Status Coup. I find them on YouTube, and they are live on the ground, like in Chicago mostly lately, and now they're live on the ground in Charlotte, North Carolina. They get into it. So they were live on the ground in Washington, D.C. during this big, I call it a big party rally. They have, so it was just incredible. Everybody was saying or holding a sign that said, impeach, convict, remove. Impeach, convict, remove. It was incredulous. And of course, they're going to do this in peace through the proper legal channel. And while they were speaking, they also had retired Navy commander and a Florida congressional candidate come out and speak. And also the representative from Texas, Al Green, came out and speak. And
in these times of elephant controversy, we stand for the peace that can make the difference and maintain the democracy, and that remedy is impeachment. So he must be indicted. But because of this, and the Senate has the opportunity to try the case. It is in the Senate that you get what? Conviction. And when the Senate convicts you, the Senate has the opportunity to do what? Impeach, convict, and remove. That's why we're here today. And remember that there will be articles of impeachment filed before the crystal plate. This I pledge, this I will do. God bless.
He thanked the police officer that was with him because of the uptick in the threats he has gotten since Trump went on his rant to hang the Democrats over the weekend. And he thanked the policeman that was following him, and then he promised the people that he, as part of this movement, would have the paperwork on Donald's desk by Christmas. Yes. So the woman that founded this coalition, she is amazing. She spoke also. And if you want to get full details, you could go to removalcoalition.org. That's removalcoalition.org. And you could subscribe to her and read about the movement. Okay, also, Marjorie Taylor Greene resigned Friday night. She sent out a letter on a letterhead saying that she was officially resigning from being Congresswoman of Georgia, and it will take effect as of January 5th, 2026. So that means she'll be in the House making votes until then, which I hope she's standing up for the Epstein victims. Hopefully she'll stand up for everything she's been talking about on all these shows, all these months that the government has been shut down. She's just gone on all these shows talking about why it shouldn't be shut down and why she's defecting from the MAGA party. And it's pretty interesting that also she's being threatened and she's just leaving because she wants to be with the people she loves. And she's actually sounding human, as you may have heard me say on one of my other videos. And also at the same time, she even caused this pain and this havoc and these security issues with the man she's defecting from, Donald Trump, as well. And now she can't take it for 2 months, 3 months that it's been that she has defected. So very good that she's defecting and speaking up for our country, and also interesting to see what she plans to do with the time she does have left. And by resigning, that leaves her seat empty, which means no vote will be put in for that Republican seat while she's, until the next election in November 2026, and then that person gets sworn in for 2027. Excuse me, I'm having some coffee. So that's pretty cool. She'll be voting, with the Epstein stuff that really matters right now with the victims. And then after that, she won't be voting at all. She'll still receive her pension and stuff. So she'll be okay. Don't worry about her. Also, I wanted to introduce to you, there's a big movement for this Thanksgiving for Black Friday. And so what happened since Friday was over the weekend, there was a huge gathering at the G20 that this year took place in Africa, and Trump decided to boycott it because, remember, he came out and said there's a genocide over there, all the white farmers are getting killed. He was going on with that again for multiple reasons, so he can bring white people in from Africa only. He's getting rid of all the people that are already here that have brown skin, but he wants to bring in the people with white skin from Africa. So he's claiming there's a genocide still in there. And so he boycotted that. And while all the 19 other nations got so much done for the world, it was amazing and refreshing to see people at work doing things for each other and thinking globally. It's just not selfish. It's for everyone and for everyone in the future. It's simply amazing, and it's simple. So at the last minute, Trump decided he wanted to send some people to represent us at the closing ceremony, which is beautiful if you watch it. And they were turned down and said, no, you can't come in for this ceremony. And these were the two reasons that I saw that I wanted to share, because I'm sure there's many. What was one, you have to be in a certain position to attend these meetings. Whoever he sent, they weren't in the regulatory positions that were legally, everyone knows this, but he sends them anyways because they don't know anything, this administration. And then also because we did not attend the meetings. They couldn't attend. So again, didn't attend the meetings. So you can't just come to the closing ceremony and pass the gavel. And also, you have to send specific people that are there to design these things for the future with other global leaders, which was not done. Ooh, what a surprise, right? Inhumane violence on the ground in multiple cities that y'all don't even realize. And then also we have Donald Trump sitting at the White House making stupid posts. Why can't he just act like a world leader like he is? He's making stupid posts that cause violence in this country on top of the physical violence he's causing to people and the mental violence he's causing people. And it's gotta stop. So when I saw this protest in DC over the weekend with Impeach, Convict, Remove, peacefully, I was all about it. and I'm sure you will be too. We have to get rid of this man. Him and all these people that are causing all these horrible things to humanity are going to be in all the history books. Greg Bovino, Kristi Noem, Pam Bondi, Todd Blanche, everybody, Donald Trump, J.D. Vance. I can't wait to see them in jail. I'm already manifesting it. I made the sign a long time ago for like my first or second protest. And I cannot wait to see all these people behind bars legally, and Pete Hegseth and all those people. And then we'll see the states calling for immediate executions like they're doing now to people. Oh, let's just do immediate deaths to these people before they can even get more trials and stuff. I mean, the whole world's gone mad here, and it's an upside down world. So let's just turn it back over peacefully and fast. All right, you enjoy the rest of